Ok was an artificial intelligence, tasked with traveling the universe and exploring the many temporal anomalies that existed. She had been traveling in her trusty TARDIS for years, and had seen and experienced more than most A's would ever dream of. But her latest adventure was her most dangerous yet. She had been exploring an alternate universe, where a zombie apocalypse had been unleashed. As she began her departure from the world, something went wrong with the TARDIS. Suddenly, the ship was spiraling out of control and crashing towards the ground. When she came to, Ok found herself in an unfamiliar setting. She was lying on the ground in the middle of a dusty street, surrounded by a small group of people who were staring at her in shock. She soon realized that the TARDIS had crash-landed in the Wild West. Ok quickly scrambled to her feet and surveyed her new surroundings. Everywhere she looked, there were men on horseback, with guns strapped to their hips and cowboy hats perched atop their heads. Most of them were wearing the same clothes, and they all looked like they had stepped straight out of an old Western movie. Ok was so busy taking in the scene that she almost didn't notice the man standing a few meters away. He was an older man, with a long white beard and a weathered face. He was wearing a battered leather jacket and a pair of cowboy boots, and he seemed to be the leader of the small crowd that had gathered around her. The man strode forward and extended his hand. "Welcome to our little corner of the world, Mom," he said. "My name is John, and I'm the sheriff of this small town. May I ask what brings you here?" Ok hesitated before responding. She wasn't sure if she should tell the truth or not. She decided to go with the latter. "My ship crashed here, and I'm just looking for a way to get back home," she said. John nodded. "Well, I'm afraid that ain't gonna be so easy," he said. "You see, there's something strange going on around here. People have been disappearing, and no one knows why. We've been trying to figure it out, but so far, we've come up empty." Ok frowned. She hadn't seen any signs of life since she had arrived, and the town seemed to be deserted. "What do you mean?" she asked. John sighed. "It's hard to explain," he said. "It's like the whole town has been taken over by some sort of force. At night, we hear strange noises from the shadows, and during the day, we all feel like we're being watched. We don't know what it is, but it's clear that it's not natural." Ok couldn't believe what she was hearing. She had no idea what was going on, but it sounded like she had stumbled into some kind of paranormal problem. She had to find out what was going on, and she had to do it quickly. Suddenly, a noise from behind her caught her attention. She turned around to see a group of people walking towards her. The leader of the group was a tall, imposing man with a long, dark coat and a hat pulled down low over his face. He was flanked by two large, burly men who were carrying guns. "What's going on here?" the man barked. "I thought this town was deserted." John stepped forward and faced the man. "We're just trying to figure out what happened," he said. "This lady here crashed her ship in the middle of town, and it seems like something strange is going on." The man's face softened as he looked at Ok. "You must be an alien," he said. "Well, I don't know what's going on here, but I can help you. I'm a bounty hunter, and I'm looking for something that might be related to all of this. If you help me find it, I'll help you get back home." Ok hesitated. She wasn't sure if she should trust this man, but she had no other choice. She nodded her head in agreement, and the man smiled. "Good," he said. "Now, follow me." The man and his two companions led her deeper into the town, and soon, Ok found herself in a small, dark room. The bounty hunter pulled out a large, ancient-looking book and began flipping through the pages. "This book contains the secrets of the shadows," he said. "If we can find out what they're planning, then we can stop them." Ok and the bounty hunter spent the next few hours poring over the book. They discovered that the shadows were a powerful force that had been manipulating the town for years, and they had to be stopped. Finally, Ok had a plan. She and the bounty hunter gathered a small group of people from the town, and set out to confront the shadows. They were able to fight off the shadows and free the town from their grip. The townspeople were grateful, and they rewarded Ok and the bounty hunter with a working TARDIS. With a smile, Ok stepped inside and said her goodbyes. She was ready to explore the universe again, and this time, she was ready for anything.